This video is presented by Western and Southern Financial Group, a game plan for your financial future. Every great team starts with a strong foundation, and your future should too. With life insurance built like a championship roster, Western and Southern helps protect what matters most so you can focus on winning today while planning for tomorrow. Whether you're just starting out your journey, building your dynasty, or ready to retire like a champion, Western and Southern has the right play for your life stage. Visit westernsouthern.com to get your free life insurance quote today. Western and Southern, built to win. The Chargers and the Cowboys, the next game that we have here. Very interesting game. The Cowboys, I believe, have to win out, and Philly has to lose out in order for them to make the playoffs. Chargers, what's their standing right now? They're sitting here at 10-4, so obviously they're feeling pretty good. Yeah, they're 5-0 in the division. I don't think I realized that. So they're feeling good about any sort of tiebreakers they got in the division, but Chargers still got to pick up a couple wins here as the season goes on. You want to talk about the Cowboys? You want to talk about the Chargers here for this?
I'll talk about the Cowboys offense in just a second. I was just pulling up if the Chargers will be in the playoffs with a win and either an Indianapolis or a Houston loss. One or the other of those teams loses and the Chargers beat the Cowboys. They will be in the postseason.
Well, we're not getting a Houston Texans loss. So
that part is true.
They're playing the Raiders. So they're not going to lose.
Colts host San Francisco on Monday night. That one could be.
That's fun. The one that could be that could hold the ticket to the Chargers potentially clinching a playoff spot.
So you've got a fun matchup here on the defensive side here for the Chargers against Dak Prescott, who obviously with George Pickens, with CeeDee Lamb, with Kevontae Turpin, Jake Ferguson, all the weapons that he has been throwing the football down the field so well. Top 5 passing grade in the NFL this season. And really his ability to throw it vertically down the field and throw it past the sticks has been the biggest asset for this Cowboys offense this season. Dak Prescott on throws past the sticks, 6th in the NFL in passing grade and the second most touchdowns in the league. I believe that's behind Matthew Stafford for the Rams, who obviously might win the MVP. But the Chargers and Jesse Minter, their defensive coordinator, and this great secondary that he has, they do such a great job of preventing those vertical passes. On throws past the sticks, the Chargers are 1st in coverage grade, and they have allowed the lowest passer rating in the NFL. It is going to be difficult, even though they don't blitz a whole lot, and Prescott is going to have time in the pocket. It's going to be difficult to work downfield, especially just this great safety group that they have. Derwin James, obviously one of the best players in football. The veteran Tony Jefferson having a great year. Not sure if we're going to see the rookie R.J. Mickens suffered a shoulder injury last week. There's Elijah Molden back there as well, but they got a great group of safeties that are always just in the right spot with their assignments and all the zone coverage that they run on the back end. So preventing explosive passes is something the Chargers do better than almost anybody. Dak Prescott is better than almost anybody at quarterback in creating explosive plays down the field. That's going to be a really fun matchup to watch with Prescott and these receivers against the Chargers secondary.
Yeah, this is I don't know if people don't think it's going to be a good game or not. Like, this is a sneaky great game for me. I can't wait to watch this one for the reasons that you mentioned. And then also the Chargers offense, trying to figure things out. But I think that they've got a gem in Omarion Hampton, who's now back in the lineup after missing a good chunk of the year due to injury and being on IR. Over the last 2 weeks, Omarion Hampton, 68.9 rushing grade, 4.1 yards per carry average, 75 yards after contact, which is beautiful to see. But Dalton, that stat at the bottom of the screen is where I really want to focus. 67.0 rushing grade for Omarion Hampton versus 43.5 rushing grade for Kamani Vidal when rushing outside zone. And so when we talk about the issues with the Los Angeles Chargers, we talk about the offensive line. I went back and I watched all of Omarion Hampton's carries over the last couple of weeks, and there are some plays when, they're running power, they're running counter, or maybe if it's an inside zone where there is absolutely no rushing lane whatsoever. And there are a couple of times that Omarion Hampton just, quotes Thanos and just says, fine, I'll just do it myself. And he'll just run full speed into his offensive lineman to try to pick up any yards. And he normally can because he's got some good speed to power conversion. He's a strong dude. But the plays in which the Chargers were having the biggest impact on the ground were the plays where they were able to get to the sideline. And a lot of times those came on those outside zone runs. Kamani Vidal is a great running back when it comes to between the tackles, power stuff. But when it comes to that home run speed, he's had a couple of big runs this year. I don't want to take that away from him. But Omarion Hampton's got the extra juice. He's got more juice than Vidal does to get to the sideline, to beat the angles, and to get up the sideline for those extra yards there. That's paramount for being able to stretch the field horizontally at the line of scrimmage the way that they want to, knowing their interior offensive line and just offensive line in general has struggled to get push and protect so much this season. So if you create any sort of doubt and sidewise lateral type of game that the defense and the box defenders have to play, I think that's going to be really important. Of course, you're making the Cowboys, defensive backs then get in the run defense game when you're running towards the sideline. You're making those linebackers run and chase. And so the juice that Omari Hampton has and how well he has been playing from those outside zone or behind those outside zone blocking plays, I think that is an X factor in this game. All that to say, I'm actually going to trust Dak Prescott here. I'm going to say the Cowboys win this one 28-23 as a final score.
This is a tough game because you do have some weird mismatches. If Justin Herbert is protected well, I have to think he's going to tee off on this Dallas secondary, like everybody else has this season. But the Cowboys have to be, they can counter this if they can bring him down. They're top 12 in basically everything when it comes to the pass rush, grade, win rates, pressure percentage, all of that. But they're only 20th in sacks. They haven't been able to finish quarterbacks off enough, and that's exposed their secondary, especially late in the play. I think on the other side of the ball, I think the Chargers can do enough to keep these receivers in front of them. I do think there's a chance we get a high-scoring game here, but I'm going to take Herbert and the Chargers 27-24.
Everyone's got takes. Numbers have truth. And the truth is, most people are betting with emotion. Sportsbooks feed on it. TikTok gurus sell it. The hype machine runs on it. That's how you lose. PFF is different. You're betting with winning data. The same data trusted by all 32 NFL teams and the sharpest minds in the game. PFF betting tools take every prop, every matchup, every angle, and run them through our custom models. Built on the best football data in the world. What comes back is your edge. Simple, sharp, and built to win. Want to go deeper? PFF puts a pro-level analytics department in your hands, giving you the same insights teams use to find every advantage. Build your game plan with matchup analysis. Project every snap, every matchup, and every edge before kickoff. Because the smartest plays start long before Sunday. Hit rates show how a player performs against their prop and against defenses built the same way. It's the data that gives you real confidence in every pick. Next, Key Insights translates PFF data into the story behind every matchup, giving you the why that powers your bets. From coverage schemes to defensive looks, it's the context that turns raw numbers into winning decisions. When you're ready to take action, filter through every prop on the market and focus on the opportunities that matter, by game, matchup, or value. Then, shop for the best available line in your area and tap your book of choice to place the bet instantly. Everyone's got takes, but now you've got truth. Bet with data, win with PFF.